The former and future president is moving quickly to fill the clown car and round out his cabinet before he changes his mind and fires them all. Moments ago, Trump announced that he has selected Fox Weekend morning show host, you can't make this up, Pete Hegseth, to serve as Secretary of Defense, because why not? Trump has also reportedly landed on Florida Senator Marco Rubio as his Secretary of State, which will make him, Rubio, the first Latino to serve as America's first diplomat. Choosing a Latino neocon war hawk after running a racist isolationist campaign raises, questions. Rubio was a loyal surrogate for Trump during the campaign, even after being passed over for vice president and after being a punching bag for Trump during the 2016 campaign.
I watched this lightweight Rubio, total lightweight, and little mouth on him. Bing, 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 bing.
When they put Marco on to refute President Obama's speech, do you remember that catastrophe? And he's like this, and we were, I need water, help me, I need water, help.
Oh, the world is looking at us like we're absolutely insane. I'm just saying that. Okay, but let's just dispel with this fiction that Donald Trump doesn't know what he's doing. Even there, he knows exactly what he's doing. And he's placing sycophancy and bending the knee as the most important prerequisites for jobs in his administration. It's really the only way that you can explain Trump choosing someone whose positions about you are as fickle as this.
I don't understand why his hands are the size of someone who's 5'2". Have you seen his hands? They're like this. And you know what they say about men with small hands? I will never stop until we keep a con man from taking over the party of Reagan and the conservative movement. It is time to open our eyes. We cannot allow a con artist to get access to the nuclear codes of the United States of America. With Donald Trump back in the White House together, we will dream big again for this country. We will be a country that once again is proud of its history, excited about its future.
I'm so sorry. Oh, God. Joining me now is David Jolly, who served in the House of Representatives as a Republican, but for some reason we can never figure out that we've been trying for years is no longer affiliated. No longer affiliated with them. I'm sorry.
You just saw why. One of the main reasons. You just saw why.
I'm so embarrassed. The whole world can see us, David. They can see us. They can see us. They see us. They're like,
they
what
all fall in line. They all fall in line, Joy. Eventually, they all fall in line.
Where is the dignity? How? Okay, in all seriousness, I'm sorry. I had a little laughing fit, and I apologize. I get laughing fits, and I can't stop. How does Rubio look going around the world when he's going, let's say, to Venezuela, and Trump is making a guy who's very hardcore on Venezuela, anti-Maduro, take the knee to Maduro, take the knee to Putin? That's the job. He's taken a job where he's just going to be humiliated. How long before he gets fired?
I know, Joy. Ted Cruz should be thanking Marco Rubio because it shifts the spotlight to his bending of the knees this evening. Look, I think the telling sign was actually April of this year, I believe, when months after Ukraine needed that final aid package, or at least the latest aid package, Ukraine was begging for it. Democrats were begging for it. Many Republicans were begging for it. Marco Rubio flipped on his previous position of being hawkish on Russia and actually voted against aid to Ukraine, waved the white flag, and basically said, I'm going to go along with President Trump's idea of just ceding territory to Vladimir Putin. The reason that's interesting is that was just before the Veep stakes started up and people were talking about Marco Rubio. So he clearly was falling in line for his own place of power and prominence. And then when he didn't get the Veep stakes, I guess this is the consolation prize. But to your point, I'm not sure the Secretary of State under Donald Trump has any power anyway. Donald Trump's going to run foreign policy on his Twitter account, and that's going to be the end of it. And then Rubio's going to have to back it up in front of the press, I suppose.
And just humiliate. And look, are we surprised? His staff basically wrote the immigration reform bill during the Obama administration, and he voted against his own bill and turned on it because Rush Limbaugh yelled at him one time. So it's not, there's the old saying that you and I both know in Florida: if you're depending on Marco Rubio to save you, you're already dead. Let's go to the other cast of characters. It's like he's casting a ratchet TV show on Tubi. You've got Michael Waltz, his pick to be National Security Advisor. He advised Dick Cheney, Dick Cheney on counterterrorism. He went after Liz Cheney and said, and sort of fantasized about her being shot in the face, and then hired Dick Cheney's advisor to be his national security guy. Let's keep going. Mike Huckabee. Oh, that's fun. Huckabee's back. He's going to be the ambassador to Israel. His quote, he says, negotiating for the Palestinians is like trying to negotiate with the Nazis in World War II. You just don't. You beat them. You defeat them. You eradicate them. A lot of people voted for Trump because they were mad about Biden's foreign policy in Israel. Well, that's what it is now. We've also got Kristi Noem. Kristi Noem, can we watch her dancing? She was dancing next to Trump when he did his weird, just sort of swaying for 45 minutes, and she danced with him, and that was her audition.
It's called white church dancing. It's called white church dancing.
White church.
I know about it. I know about it.
What is happening? Is he casting for a TV show or a presidency?
Well, if you do, compare this to 16, right, when there were some people that came in from outside of MAGA world, however it was in its infancy, and they were going to be normal Republicans or normalized Trump. That's not this go-round. In fact, he's bringing in the likes of Pete Hegseth from Fox News to be Secretary of Defense. And look, Hegseth himself has 20 years as a National Guardsman. Good for him. He also represented the Koch brothers to try to help privatize the VA. So he's bringing in these super conservatives. And I think it's the loyalty test first, conservatism second.
And let's talk about what Donald, this is even the scariest, Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy. Great, we're going to get to hear his voice again for however many years till he gets fired. They're going to lead something called the Department of Government Efficiency. They're supposed to now be in charge of cutting the budget, which is normally the job of the House of Representatives. You served in the House. Doesn't the House have to be involved some way in creating a new government agency, or can Trump just whip one up on Twitter?
No, Joy, that's right. I think Donald Trump's just handing out candy right now to his friends and family. Congress is required to establish federal departments to define the jurisdiction, to decide how it's appointed. Presidents can certainly appoint aides and non-congressional positions, but there will not be a Department of Government Efficiency without Congress, which actually raises the question, does Congress now just rubber stamp that in one of its next appropriations bill? And here's what it's going to be. This is your Project 2025 department.
Yes.
The Department of Government Efficiency by Ramaswamy and Elon, that's your Project 2025 department. Without the bad impressions that Heritage created during the campaign trail.
Right. And I mean, the sort of irony is people are now mass Googling Project 2025 because now they want to know what it is. It's like, nah, man, Project 2025 is what your government is going to be. There are a few other people that we know are going to probably be there. I believe one of his lawyers, Alina Habba, might be his spokesperson. So essentially, it's everyone who did him a solid and danced for him, or as you say, white church danced for him, or danced around in a bedazzled jacket for him at the place where Puerto Rico was called a trash heap. That's how you get a job with Trump. Do you think any of these people last a year?
I guess it's all a loyalty test, but probably not. We'll see some high-profile firings. I think all this culminates in Donald Trump setting up his own media platform, pushing Fox News, Newsmax, and OAN out of the way. And all these cast of characters that you will see with government responsibility now will have their television shows after in a Trump media platform, which should concern all of us is whether or not the first priority of these appointments is actually somebody that can govern. I will say with Rubio, he's qualified. People can probably disagree with him. He's actually one of the more qualified picks. Kristi Noem maybe as an executive, but hopefully there's no dogs around the office at DHS. But this gets loose real quick when you start going down the trail here.
Well, first of all, Trump hates dogs, so he won't have a dog. So then I guess that the White House is safe for pets because Trump, it was Trump. He claimed the Haitians are eating pets. Kristi Noem shoots the pets, and that's actually true. That's like not even slagging her. It's real.
The first investigation of the new DHS secretary will be in Springfield, Ohio. But we can probably count on that. Site visit.
Lord help, the world can see us. David Jolly, thank you.